First 5 years of my practice, I was more monochromatic in my palette. I was more with the trend, I was always following what international practices are doing. Really changed my entire approach towards design. I call it residence Pampa. They came up to me and they said that we want a home which has an Indian ethos, but yet very internationally egalitarian or modern. For my eyes, at least, it is modern, and I started doing a lot of these elements, using very bold elements, Indian elements in my design. So when they said that we have to, there's something linked with 10, so I just thought, like, why not I present 10 key milestones or dialogues in my design career, which really transited me from where I started to where I am today as a practice. So design then and design now. So when I started a practice, I was in second year of my architectural school, and I just wanted to do something, start on my own, and but I had no skills of drawing or drafting. So I just thought, like, that there was a trend that time of being modern or follow a straight line principle of design. And so I used to always be really fascinated about cubism, planes, volumes. But then later I realized that why I'm becoming so used to it, because it is easy to draft, it is easy to draw, sketch, and visualize. And this is how, like in the first 5 years of my practice, I was more monochromatic in my palette. I was more with the trend, I was always following what international practices are doing. And then one day I saw these two great artists, Milton Avery and Helen Frankenthaler, and saw their artworks. And I really love the fact the way they position color in their art narratives. I didn't have that great knowledge about art, but what I used to see it for my visual pleasure is the positioning of the color, the proportions. And then I thought, like, why not I should also paint my projects like an artist. How do I position color? How do I translate an art narrative into a design narrative of my practice? We got this project in Hyderabad that really changed my entire approach towards design. I call it Residence Pampa. These two young clients, well achieved, owner of a big conglomerate, and they came up to me and they said that we want a home which has an Indian ethos, but yet very internationally egalitarian or modern. So this house really made me go into our roots and research back in South India with a lot of details about, because people in South, they really value their culture and they really want its reflection in their lives, like be it the costumes that they wear, be it the food that they eat. So we found this, for this particular house, I found this chariot, like a large chariot in Pondicherry, and we just thought, like, we commissioned an artist called N. Ramachandran. He did this as a memory wall where he created these memory boxes and gave that piece of memory inside each image that he rendered onto the box. And also I was really particular about positioning of the color. So I worked with Rama and he also derived certain colors through certain chemical principles, and then he painted those colors within the boxes. So, but overall, the structure, the architecture that we did was very modern, clean, and we used that clean canvas to somehow put a lot of Indian elements around, a lot of commission pieces, a lot of antiquities. And again, with this project, we really became too sensitive towards color and how and where to position the color, how to balance the color. And that's when our practice became really centric to Indian ethos, and also we each time we started talking to our clients in our initial discussion about we need to know certain stories. Like we were more focused upon if client will give us a story, and when we'll translate that story into a design narrative, that's how we can do something which is more idiosyncratic, which is more unique, and yet Indian. So I got this client. They wanted a home in Mumbai. It was supposed to be a duplex apartment, where a client gave me a story that this is my second home and I want to basically dedicate this house to goddess Tara Maa. Somehow, like, she was quite enthusiastic about it. She was a follower. She does some sort of a Buddhist practice of meditation. So with this project, we researched a lot on a lot of Buddhist architecture, monasteries, Thanka paintings of goddess Tara Maa. We took out a lot of motifs and translated those motifs into some volumes and shapes and integrated them into a product. So this was basically an inspiration from one of the entrance gateway of a Japanese Buddhist temple. It's called Shinmei Torii, and we just took that simplistic form and translated into a product which was like a headboard of the bed. Then there were a lot of prayer wheels, and translating those prayer wheels into a leg piece there that you see. So again, Tara Maa's bindi, like this dot is one of the key element in Thanka paintings, and we thought like use it as a form, and then we used a dot as a headboard again. Then a lot of Buddhist temple finials, legs of the coffee table. That's the bed that we did inspired from Shinmei Torii. And then it led to make our practice more product-centric. Each time now we are more focused with this project. Now we are more focused on translating the client stories through products. So we look for those stories, that unique story, and then we try to develop some products that renders that story in a space. So we started working on more on product designs, and this is one of the chair called Luna, which we designed and got it made in Italy. Then this is a pole chair. I always wanted to do like a visually Indian piece, but yet very modern. It is my language of considering what modern changed by that time, and I just thought like even a highly visually Indian-looking design can also be modern, and for my eyes at least it is modern. And I started doing a lot of these elements, using very bold elements, Indian elements in my design, but gave them engineering, gave them a finesse, and from not only from handmade, but it also we made it more industrialized. We took support of a lot of experts from across the globe to help us achieve these products. Beds, like we developed ample of beds now, and these are all based upon some sort of a story that our clients have told or their demand is, and then we want to showcase that through a product. So we're developing this bed, which is now going to be prototyped very soon by an Italian manufacturer, where my client wanted a very dramatic bed with a 4-poster, but with some different take. She had this fascination towards croc leather, but we are doing a vegan croc leather as a canopy on the cabana. And then instead of just using wood and materials that are easy to handle in terms of production, we pushed our boundaries and we thought like, why not explore more metal and how we can make, because Indians have never experienced industrial revolution, and I thought like, why not make products that are more industrialized and make Indian designs more factory oriented and bring in some technicalities into our product. So making a whole structure in stainless steel and then doing the PVD finish or in multiple tones. Then uh, we developed certain Bauhaus moment always inspired me graphically, and I really liked how a design can render a memory, and you can it has a recall value. So we developed a lot of I used to do a lot of photography of Indian monuments, and I used to take them with certain perspectives and used to translate into a simplistic graphic. Then I thought, like, what will I do of these graphics? And I developed this technique of art of leather boiserie, where every single piece is basically is a cutout which is done out of the particular graphic that I design, and then it is individually upholstered and assembled like a mosaic. So again, like visually Indian, but to my eyes, it's very modern. Then developing, taking inspiration from jewelry and other crafts, we started designing lights. And again, it's not, it is again industrial. It's stainless steel with PVD finish, with an integration of alabaster luminaires. It has an handmade value also, yet it is also very well finished. This is a peacock plume chandelier which we designed, and then there was a particular narrative that we wanted to do, like a dancing peacock in a space where we have created a scene of a Haveli courtyard. And when the artist, when he was doing this wall covering, he said that, may I put like a dancing peacock on the parapet? I thought, like, wait, that's a great idea. Then I thought, like, why not to have a dancing peacock inspired chandelier in a space to complete that narrative. Then this is another lamp that we are doing. We are doing a hotel in Dubai, and we thought, like, we'll evolve the Moorish lamps into more modern and finished details. So then again, translating my graphics into the Pietra Dura tabletop, which we have done this as a dining table in collaboration with Orvi. So after developing multiple of products where we realized that there are certain uniqueness, we started getting opportunity to collaborate with certain brands. So we did this collaboration with the Jaipur Rugs company, where it was one of the project where clients said that they don't need a bar, but I was so insisted about having something. So we did a coffee bar, and then we researched on a lot with the brand, and we procured the crockery that client wanted with a particular coffee machine. And then with the help of Trunks company, we were able to achieve this product, which sets in a space in one of their lounges as a coffee bar. Then this was something which was my first brand collaboration, was with Jaipur Rugs, where we called our collection as Weaving the Architectural Fables of India. Yogesh and Rutvi, they came up to me, and they said that after they saw these graphics, they said that, why not we do a carpet collection together? So we again, like those perspectives, I translated them, and we woven that architectural story into a piece of carpet. Similarly, again, into a product narrative, we recently did this coffee table called Pole, which is again in one of the translation of our graphic. And also, I love certain Indian motifs and the story behind those motifs, and translating those motifs into a modern narrative, like with a nice finish, where there's some sort of technique or a quality production is involved. This is another new pattern that we designed called Baudi. In my coming slides, I will be showing the development of the pattern, which was inlaid on the tabletop. So when I started my practice in Dubai, I have a Bulgarian client there, and she insisted me that, Shantanu, like this, we love your work. Like, that's why they have called me there for. But they said that Indian design is very ethnic, and it's very ethnic to your culture. And so why? So that really hit me hard. And then I thought, like, why not I should also now focus more on making Indian design and render its ethos more in a modern language. And that's how we started using a lot of modern techniques in our designs, like using integration of metal, integration of colors. The way colors are positioned are very modern, but yet visually strongly Indian. But it is easily, it can be set into the mood of any culture. It's just that it needs some graphics, some visual that needs a correction, and then it can easily set into that environment. So, this transition from in visually Indian design um led to more modern narrative where we wanted to do a maximalist home, which has everything, which is very industrial, and it is made out of some sort of a production, like a experts, and we used and combined lot of international brands and our own products together to helm this maximalist home that we did uh, right after pandemic. Again now, then slowly it's transiting more towards more cleaner approach. I got these new clients. They're very young, but they really like our color sensibilities. But I still wanted to bring in a little bit of a flair of an Indianness, so I am using my colors in that manner, or my lighting installations are inspired from Indian jewelry, and the facets and cuts that is seen in an Indian jewelry is rendered in form of lighting installation. Again, like these clients are, they are enthusiastic about Paris, and they really love that city. It's their favorite city. We did this puffer jacket bar, which is done in an inflated stainless steel, and then having a Paris map done on a bar. Then, after doing a lot of product development, we thought like we need to make our brand more versatile. We wanted to see our ethos into lot many things, maybe in an automobile, or maybe in a in fashion or in jewelry. So we started generalizing the whole brand approach. So we started developing patterns. So taking inspiration from a Bowery, we did this simple graphic, and then I rendered it further to create a pattern. And now we're using these patterns in our international projects as well. But that has a story. Like, it's an India story, but it is becoming more modern, more internationally acceptable. Then we did this bunai pattern where we say it's basically woven arches, and we are now doing cushions, tapestry, upholstery, inlay panels, and whatnot. And we are using it in one of our resort projects. Then I thought as a brand, I should have something which is quite significant visually, and that can give a recall value to our visuals. So I really love this integration of Araish plaster done in black and white in all our monuments, and it's always been in my head. I somehow, like, it's always, I love the whole composition, and suddenly that black and white integration is always there in my memory. So I took it, basically I've stolen it from Indian heritage, and now I'm using it in all our products, in all our interior design projects, where you'll see this connecting visually, like we'll see this pattern integrated graphically. Then to make it more versatile, I got an opportunity to collaborate with my client, and we are now developing a high jewelry brand with them, where we have done some unique facets and cuts, and now I love understanding about luxury and history behind luxury, and how we Indians were so inclined towards it, how our royals commissioned so many pieces, but with truly an Indian ethos while working with French luxury brands. So we thought, like, let's explore this and give our motifs, our patterns, another twist. And we added this recently last year, where we're developing this entire collection with a prominent brand from Jaipur. And we're working on individual cuts, shapes, and forms, and crafting piece out of it. Now, there's something, there's a magic of manifestation, I feel, that really is after I realized that I always wanted to do a hospitality project. I wanted to drift away from just doing homes to retail where more visibility can come. And I wanted to see how my designs can adapt in that particular format of retail or hospitality. So we are working on all that we have developed over these years. Now we are doing this museum on Indian wedding, which is encapsulating couture jewelry for Indian weddings. So you'll see all our ethos in one single project, and it is something like a dream coming true where we have a freedom to design. You'll see our Bauri pattern on the floor with with the products which are basically inspired from a lot of wedding ethos, be it the architectural importance in an Indian wedding, heritage architecture importance in Indian wedding, or the decoration, the garlands. So every product is inspired and has a story, and it's all coming together in the form of this project. And now we are doing a resort. It's going to be a 90-key um, resort, where 90-key all-suite resort that's coming up in Jaipur. And again, rendering our ideas, rendering our patterns into the at this scale was something like a dream coming true, where we have used a lot of our motifs and translated them into Ittar fountains to planters and having a lot of strong graphical representation. Then we're doing this another project in Dubai, which is called Stutel. It's basically social trending and urban concept of doing a hotel, where we have a club, and we are also a club which is going to be centric to auction. So auction of contemporary art and auction of curiosities, etc. And proudly we are using our Bauri pattern on the main Sheikh Zayed Road. Then lastly, this is another surprise that came to us recently. We wanted to do hospitality projects. Now this is a project in Maldives. So in one of the reef, we are doing this 1 kilometer long stretch where we are developing 200 key all-suite property with 40 ocean villas. So there's so much that has happened in Maldives, and how do I uh, develop something which is going to be more unique and fresh? So we found out that there is the first language that started in Maldives of Buddhism, and there is this book called Loma Fanu, and that Loma Fanu book has lot of inscriptions that in Buddhist language. So we're taking inspiration from this Loma Fanu book spread as our layout for the ocean villas, and and each of the each of the villa is going to be basically inspired from the forms that's basically extruded out of the letters and alphabets of that's found in Loma Fanu book. So we are abstracting it and making it more practically viable, and it's design that's work in progress, and we are hoping that it'll be over by 2025. Thank you.